Hello, welcome to KillCo. I am Mr. K. Today is day 6 of the Whiskey Advent Calendar for the Whiskey Tribe / me, KillCo, etc. But I don't have a Balcones bottle. In fact, I wish I had a Texas whiskey of some sort. If I only had a Texas whiskey that I could try, yes, I do have a Texas whiskey. Do I want to open this? No. This is probably one of the only whiskeys I've ever gone out of state to get, other than going to Massachusetts for a bottle of something, and that was a Texas whiskey, and I will link that up here if I think about it. Texas Whiskey Adventure got me this bottle uh, not long ago, last month, actually almost a month ago. I was in Texas doing stuff, but here we go. Since I don't have a Balcones bottle for today, I have been reduced to having to open my Crowded Barrel bottle, even though I don't want it. It looks like the cork is going to be a little weird. Don't explode like the other one did. I like this at the top, though. They got the little logo on the top of it. I didn't know that. But it looks like the thing was just a little too high. So the top came off, yeah, but now I can't get the cork without pulling the whole thing off. There, that works too. Didn't want to do that, but oh well, it was being difficult. I don't know anything about this bottle. I've completely forgotten what it was other than it's chapter 7. I'll tell you the specs. Aged in New American Oak for 43 months. Proof is 114.25. Ooh, 47.13 percentage. I haven't had one of these in quite a while. I don't even know if I tried this at the distillery. I don't know which ones they were pouring, but I got my 3 free pours, and I was too excited to even figure out exactly what was going on. This is bottle 121. There's more stuff on special edition now. Date, signature, can't read them very well. It's got the story on the back. I'm not going to read it because, no, my story. Go get your own. Ooh. Oh, that's right. I'd use different corks. They're not actual corks. They're fictitious. And I launched the Crowded Barrel glass. Crowded Barrel whiskey, 825-18. I wasn't actually there, but I was there in digital form. So I got to see all kinds of fun stuff on the everything. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Yeah. I should probably pour that like that next time. I don't know why I've been doing it sideways. That's more difficult. I guess it's just the normal feeling for round bottles to pour it from its side. I don't know. Anyway, people making noise in the hallway. Oh, that's oak forward. Ooh, yeah, and you, as someone who's still accustomed to the alcohol, like that's not the thing. It's like, oh gosh, it's alcohol. Blah. This has that because it's such a high proof, and this is one of the highest proofs I've ever sipped. Probably neat. You don't get many that are this high normally. So I'll probably add a little water just to see what happens. I'm getting a dark chocolate or something. I wish I could have found more info about this. That is the one thing I was trying to do before I actually shot this, is find out more about this whiskey. And it was just buried in like Patreon. I couldn't find specific reviews. I don't even know if anyone's actually reviewed the 7. I assume someone has. But I couldn't find it, and I'm short on time. I got to be somewhere in an hour and a half. I don't want to. But I do. Opening night tonight for my show. Fun. No pressure. But this is lovely. I didn't really get to sit and enjoy the smell of the whiskey before because it was just a tornado of stuff when I went to the distillery. But I'm starting to salivate, so. Oh, wow. Ouch. I get a chocolate note. I don't know if it's milk chocolate or dark chocolate, though. That's nice. Oh, it hurts going down, though. God. In a good way. Again, I like higher proofs. I'm starting to tear up. I'm worried that my taste buds are all messed up because I had food not long ago. Either way, this is lovely. It actually does cling to my tongue very well because that's something I seem to like about higher proofs. They're a little more aggressive and clingy and like, hi, I'm staying. Ooh. Yeah, there's a caramel, there's richness, there's not as much oak taste or tannins as I expected. God, I really wish I remembered what they did to this one. That's going to bug the hell out of me. Because there was only 2 bottles I bought. This one and 3. And there was more info on 3, but I didn't even look at it because I was just too frantically busy trying to find more about 7. And I was hoping that 7 was the one they put in port. Like beer port, I think it was. But I don't remember. Because I like, if I'm going to have a beer, there's 2 kinds I usually get. The one that is my favorite is a local beer made from blueberries, very light, low proof. It's 4 point something percent, 4.7. Easy to drink, great for the summer. But in the winter months right now, when it gets cold, in the autumn and the winter, I go for the Guinness. I go for any kind of stout beer, anything that's, kind of like a loaf of bread in a glass. And also lower proof. Oddly enough, I seem to like that kind of richness and the coffee flavors and that some kind of chocolate, that sort of thing from that beer. And I feel like I'm getting that in this, but I don't know. And it's going to drive me absolutely crazy until I find out for certain. But I just don't have the time to do the research today. Um, Oddly enough, this December I'm extremely busy, which is not normal. From last year or the year before, most of my life recently, I've not been exceedingly busy, but now I'm getting involved with things since I'm feeling somewhat better, as it were. I'm going to do a drop or 2 of water in this as best I can without making a mess, just to see what happens. Should have got an eyedropper, but good. Just a touch. If I did that right, it should have watered it down to about 50-ish, I hope. It's softer now, if you can say smells are soft. But it's more like smelling a flower, if that makes sense. I don't know. And those chocolate notes are still there, or whatever that is. Oh, it smells so good. I'm going to have to be very careful with this one. 1, it's higher proof. 2, I don't want to drink much of this because it is a trip to get another, and I don't know how many more they're going to have. I didn't want to open this one until a special event or something, but I realized with whiskey it's meant to be shared, so I'm going to open it for myself if nothing else, and I'm sharing it with an audience, so there's that. And most importantly, it is something that I wanted to try again, or try for the first time. Normally I would have made an actual review video, but it being December and me not having a Texas whiskey other than these 2 bottles, well, gotta make 2. I don't have Balcones and I can't afford to buy it. Thankfully I had this. And it is lovely. Ooh, brought out a little more tingle that time. I don't want to call this smooth, but oddly enough it is. Once you add water, it is easier to drink, for me, keep that in mind. Someone who enjoys higher proof, I watered it down just a smidge, and it was much easier for me to drink as I guess I like to try to think of what a person who's not used to alcohol would feel. And for the first taste of that, no, they just taste alcohol probably and nothing else. Watering it down a little helped it. Like the smell was softer, and I think it also softened the palate, which I love. I think it's definitely something I would add ice to, not because I want to dull it down. My preference is ice, especially for higher proofs, just because I got this weirdness with things being at room temperature. But oddly enough, it's kind of warm in my apartment normally, so most of my whiskeys are around 70 degrees or 60-ish degrees, I suppose. They don't actually get warm, but that's the temperature in the room, and there's no light. They don't get hit by the light at all, other than, the lights I have on at the moment. Those don't count. They're mostly not on. Hmm. Yeah, I'm starting to think of some kind of chocolate and nut, and it reminded me of Snickers, honestly. Not the exact taste, but that kind of chocolate, caramel, nut. No nougat, I don't think, although it is sweet. And I don't think it's milk chocolate. I think I would lean towards a darker chocolate, except for when I added water. Then it seemed more like a milk chocolate. Again, I think it's really hard for me to do these, usually, and a lot of it is just kind of damn it, it's gone. But I'm gonna have to share this with my dad at some point, and anyone else for that matter, because this is absolutely glorious, as I expected. I wish I knew more about it. I'm gonna have to try and find out more later. Maybe I'll put up some extra info in comments or in the doodly-doo below once I'm able to find out more. But right now, I have to edit this, and I have to try to make another video, and I have to get out of here within the next 20 to 30 minutes-ish. Because tomorrow is going to be so busy, I know I'm not going to want to do a video then. So I have to do something else tonight after the show, which is probably what's going to happen. Knowing me, I don't want to have 2 drinks before I go anywhere, especially after this being a higher proof. So I'll just edit this, put this on, and worry about everything else later. It's going to be a hectic weekend, but it'll be over in the blink of an eye, and I'll be drinking my whiskey next week happily. So, till next time, launch up. Crowd a barrel, you got to get on the distribution. I need to have this.